Meanwhile, with not again. Here we go again. This Sunday is the first annual UMO Fan Chris Romero Year-End Awards. These are chosen by you, the subscribers and viewers. You have until December 30th to cast your vote to see who will take it home. Then find out on the channel to see if your vote won. And we will crown Best Video of 2023. Who will take it home? Cast your vote in the link in the description down below or in the comment section below. It's the UML Fan Chris Romero Year-End Awards, right here on UML Fan Chris Romero. Now, let's get into the video. Welcome to UML Fan Chris Romero News. Here's your top stories for today. So I previously reported to you that Warner Bros. Discovery were going to merge with Paramount Global, and we just got an update on that, as it does not look like it is happening just yet. With more information, here's my texting speech to tell you all about it. Eric?
Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav is not in deal mode, and his conversations about a potential tie-up with rival studio Paramount Global are said to be more exploratory, suggesting that the speculation of a near-term mega-media merger between the two outfits is more wishful thinking than real, according to people with direct knowledge of the matter, reports Fox Business. That doesn't mean such a deal is completely off the table, and that there might not be a way to consummate some partnership that ultimately leads to a combination, these people say. Zaslav met with Paramount CEO Bob Bakish on Tuesday, but the conversation largely involved the possible sale of Shari Redstone's stake in Paramount's parent, National Amusements, the holding company for her media empire that includes CBS, its sports programming, MTV, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon and streaming platform Paramount+. Redstone holds the controlling or voting shares of National Amusements, making her the de facto boss of Paramount, the legacy asset of her father, the famed takeover artist Sumner Redstone, who died in 2020 and left her in charge of the media empire she created. Her stake in National Amusements translates into owning about 80% of the voting shares of Paramount. It is said to be worth anywhere from $1.5 billion to $2 billion. According to people with knowledge of the discussions, the purchase of Redstone's stake in National Amusements and Paramount would make it easier for Zaslav to start to absorb the media company, which has a market value of around $10 billion. People close to the matter say he also has spoken with advisors about the straight takeover of the company, though that seems to be a heavier lift. They say one problem is that Warner Bros. Discovery has $40 billion of it on its books. Paramount also has a heavy debt load of $15 billion, and the rating agency Standard & Poor's earlier this year lowered Paramount's bond rating to just above investment grade, citing possible cash flow problems arising from the costs of its expansion into streaming programming, which hasn't resulted in a significant uptick in revenues. In addition to the heavy debt load, Zaslav is particularly worried about the high costs of renewing sports rights, such as NFL games, these people say. One Zaslav associate called some of Paramount's programs, properties such as MTV, a melting ice cube because of significantly declining audience share in the face of cord cutting, or consumers eschewing linear or traditional programming viewed through cable, which is a major source of revenue for media companies. In the era of cord cutting, cable providers pay lower distribution fees to programmers. Another concern, cable advertising remains depressed. Attractive to Zaslav is the Paramount Movie Studio, and its library of films, people close to him say, and the economies of scale that can be achieved through the integration of Paramount Plus with Warner Bros. Discovery's streaming service Max. Plus, he might be able to pick up some premium media properties on the cheap, since Paramount has let the world know that it is desperate to sell as its business conditions deteriorate. Zaslav and a Warner Bros. Discovery press official did not return a call for comment. A spokesman for Paramount had no "This is all bull. It has a 0% chance of happening," said Rich Greenfield, a veteran media analyst at Lightshed Partners, who has long predicted the demise of linear TV of the type offered by both Paramount and Warner Brothers. Discovery. Greenfield says that Paramount is being forced to shop itself as its business model is thought to be slowly collapsing by some, and most big media companies will take a look at its books. The problem is that there are too many unknowns about the future of its programming, he said. Nobody is buying this thing for the next 6 months because its major cable distribution deals are expiring, and no one knows what they will be, he said. What you're seeing now is just leaks from Paramount, because these guys are in a scary position.
I still want to know, what did MTV do to the Warner Brothers Discovery CEO? Well, the Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount drama continues as we speak. Moving on, the Nickmas game received over more than 29 million viewers. As it says here, CBS Sports and Nickelodeon averaged 29.171 million viewers for the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs Christmas Day game, up to 29% versus last year's game. The game peaked with 37.163 million viewers. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs is the most watched Christmas Day programming ever on CBS, with 28.278 million viewers. The Nickmas game is Nickelodeon's most watched Christmas Day programming in early afternoon time slot, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, in 10 years, with 893,000 viewers. Meanwhile, on Paramount Plus, they scored a triple-digit year-over-year growth in households, minutes, and average minutes audience versus last year's matchup. So indeed, next year, we might get another Nickmas game. Looks like the SpongeBob fans are not going to be too pleased with this article. Pink called the song that she did on Truth or Square, titled "We Got Scurvy," a real mistake. So in her interview with LA Times, Pink name dropped the SpongeBob song that she released 14 years ago, which is "We Got Scurvy." She said, "Oh wait, did I put out that SpongeBob thing, 'We Got Scurvy'? I wish I never did that. That was a real mistake," she added. Now, SpongeBob fans, I want to hear from y'all. Do you think "We Got Scurvy" was a mistake? And do you still enjoy the song? Let me know down below. Well, guys, that's a wrap of this video. Thank y'all so much for taking time watching this video. Let me know what's your thoughts on Warner Brothers Discovery not ready to merge just yet with Paramount Global. And keep voting for the UMO Fan Chris Romero Year-End Awards. You have until December 30th, like I mentioned earlier in the video. But until then, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out, my friends, and go Riverhawks. Hashtag the Splat is back.